If I had a shot of vodka every single time this question was asked to me, I would be face planted on the ground of the bar because this question was asked so many times. Greetings internet, it's Katie. Welcome back to my channel. Hello everyone, happy Vlogmas day 3. We are going strong. I'm trying to upload every single day this month. We'll see what happens. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself because that is usually when I burn out, I freak out, all of the above. But nonetheless, I'm rooting for myself. We'll see what happens. Also, you guys probably don't even recognize me right now because I'm wearing full hair, makeup, outfit, like I'm kind of serving Disney princess looks right now. I'm kind of loving it. Today we are doing a questions and answers video. You guys asked me all sorts of questions. I tried to pick the ones that I feel most of you guys asked, if that makes sense, because there were some repeats, there was some overlap, so we're gonna go on through it. I have my trusty iPad here because my phone died. Yes, my phone dies at 2 p.m. now because it's either Apple telling me that I need to upgrade or the universe telling me that I need to use my phone less. So someone asks, when you're at a bar, way to hit me where it hurts? Oh, when is the last time you've been to a bar? When you're at a bar, do you always go for dirty martinis? So first of all, it's extra dirty martinis, extra dirty vodka martinis, extra chilled glass. Sorry, I'm not pretentious, I swear. I don't actually. Well, I guess define bar. If I'm at like a speakeasy, like cool cocktail bar, like lounge sort of place, yes, I will ask for an extra dirty vodka martini, but rule of thumb, if they're playing like sports or like something on a TV at this bar, probably won't be ordering a dirty martini. I don't know, I definitely read the room, I read the feeling of the establishment and I go from there. So if I feel like it is a dirty martini sort of place, I will get one. But if I don't, I usually get I'll get a beer sometimes. I do love beer, Moscow Mules used to love gin and tonics, but then I had too many of them and now they make me feel sick. I don't know. So I don't drink those anymore really, but I'll do a vodka soda. I'm basic with extra lemon or extra lime. But of course, I'm always drinking extra dirty martinis in my mind. So Alexis asked me, is there more merch coming? Maybe ornaments. So Alexis, to answer your question, yes, there is more merch coming. I'm gonna say some vague things here because I don't know what I should say. 2 of my designs are actually finished and they have been sent off for production, so those will be launched in early January, I believe, after the holidays. And there are 2 things that I don't want to say too much, but they will be really helpful for planning your life out and planning out your day-to-day. And that definitely tells you what it is. That's all I'm gonna say. So 2 different things for that. And then I also am working on more glassware designs. I wanna put out a clear coffee mug maybe. So I'm going through the process of figuring out the sizing and how, the shape of the mug and all those things at this point. And then I'm gonna work on the design and then we'll see. Anyways, lots in the pipeline. I feel like everyone says this, so much in the pipeline, but truly the pipeline there's a lot in there. There's a lot in the pipeline for Katy Bellotti Designs. So Julia asks, what is your opinion on plastic surgery? I've had so many thoughts on this over the years. For a while I was in the camp of why would you want to change yourself? People getting plastic surgery all the time teaches women they need to look a certain way. But at the core of it, if you want something done, if you want your nose to look a certain way, or the lines in your forehead to go away, or your lips bigger, just do it. If you want it, if you can afford it, go ahead and do it. If it's gonna make you happier, do it. I think anything in this life, if it's gonna make you happier, even if it might upset other people or people have opinions on it, you just do it. You can't let the opinions of other people get in the way of you living your ideal life. So if it's gonna make you happy, do it. I don't think that I will get plastic surgery for a long time. It definitely would just maybe be due to aging, but even then I think I don't want to say I'm excited to age because I know I'm gonna regret saying that later, but I welcome aging because it means that I'm going to, I hope that with age means I will be wiser, so there will be that. It's really no secret that women age. It's really not a secret at this point. So I don't know, maybe if I down the road want it, I'll get it. I have no problem with that, but right now I think I'm good. But I'm not gonna lie to you, I have thought about it. I've thought about getting that one like neck tuck plastic surgery where it's like, because I feel like I have this like, you know, my side profile. I'm critical of myself in that way, but I don't think that I would get plastic surgery anytime soon. I hate surgery. So I hate pain. I hate all sorts of, I hate needles. Aline asks me, how do you do your brows? This is a quick one because I don't do anything right now. I don't even fill them in anymore. I think my biggest tip has been don't wax as much. I wax my brows twice a year at most, and I just pluck them in the meantime. I like them looking a little bit bushy and, you know, not fully symmetrical and things like that. I'll, you know, occasionally brush them up and trim them, but for the most part, yeah, nothing. I just kind of let them go. I'm very lucky to have good brows naturally. So this next question was asked so many times. If I had a shot of vodka every single time this question was asked to me, I would be face planted on the ground of the bar because this question was asked so many times. Do you miss New York City? Guys, it's like, you know, yes, I do. I do miss New York City a lot, especially right now, especially seeing it suffer in the way that it has and all of these businesses closing, and it feels kind of like I've given up on New York, and that's not what's happened here. I was like really just in favor of something new for myself. It wasn't that I was like, see you New York, I'm never coming back. I think it was more so that while I was living in New York, I could kind of see that this is maybe my end all be all. Like I do imagine myself living in New York for a very long time, and so I kind of wanted to get out and see other things before I don't want to say settled, but just settled. Settled in this place that I love so much. And so I wanted to see what else was out there. And LA was just new and exciting to me, and it's huge and there's so much to do, and I still feel like I need to explore it a bit more in the spring and summer. And then once my lease is up, I'm very open to exploring another new place, or maybe going back to New York. I'm not really sure. In LA, I'm going on these crazy hikes and going to the ocean and swimming on like a Tuesday afternoon, and I'm doing all these things, and it definitely showed me so far that I'm capable of so many more things than I thought. Like I never thought of myself as an outdoorsy person. I never thought of myself as a brave person with, you know, putting myself at risk in the sense of like climbing a mountain and looking over. Like I would never, ever have taken a risk like that leading up to this year of my life. And living other places really just shows you how dynamic you are and how much you are capable of. You are capable of thriving in other places, and that it makes you proud of yourself, honestly. Being able to undergo change and not just settle for whatever you are given and beg for more. I don't know, of course not everyone has the privilege to do that, and I admit that, but you know, if you do, that was the reason for LA for me. But New York I miss a lot, and I know I'll be back. I really do. I know that New York, even when I'm not there, the city, like, sounds so silly. It's like, it's with me. It's in my veins. Like I know that that place left such a mark on me, and I hope that I left a mark on it, and we know that we're meant to be. It's kind of like a weird, messy breakup where it's like, it's not the relationship per se, it's the timing, like the right person, wrong time. That's like how I feel in regards to New York City. I feel like I'll be back pretty soon. I guess to answer the next question, it's pretty similar. It's, how has living in Maryland, North Carolina, New York, and California influenced who you are? I grew up in Maryland, so I definitely have changed, you know, as I've lived here, because I've just been here for my whole life basically before deciding for myself where I wanted to be. So of course I feel like when I left Maryland to go to North Carolina for college, I left very timidly. I was a very timid person, very shy, and then North Carolina really unlocked my more confident, creative spirit. And then from there, I went to New York, which made me more driven. And, you know, I kind of layered on what I'd gotten from going to college. I was more confident, more self-aware, and all these things. And then when I got to New York, I became more fearless. I was less afraid of failing, and I wouldn't say fully unafraid, but less afraid. And now, you know, being in California has taught me that I can relax, I can unwind, I can be chill. New York Katy was not very chill. LA Katy is finding her chill. So I think that each place I've been has really helped me grow in a way. And so it's really kind of beautiful if you think about it. Cam asks, good TV shows to binge. Right now I'm watching New Girl. I also will recommend, there's an HBO mini series I am like flying through. Well, flying through as in there's like only 4 episodes, but It's really good. I'm on the edge of my seat. The 4th episode I think comes out on Sunday, so it's like pretty new. It's called Murder on Middle Beach. If you guys like murder mysteries, if not, I don't recommend it, but it's a documentary told from the son's point of view. The son's mother was murdered, and it's this like huge crazy mystery, and he basically takes us on the journey of solving it. It's so good. I'm so excited for episode 4 to see what happens. Like, I'm on the edge of my seat, literally trying not to Google it so I don't figure out the ending. But that one's really good. It's on HBO. The Undoing, I have been meaning to start, but I saw a couple of spoilers. I'm trying to like give myself some time to forget the spoilers and forget what I saw, and then watch it in like a month from now. I always end up like missing the trends, and then like the final episode of like whatever comes out, and I'm like, wait a second, what? I didn't even know people were watching this show, and I feel like everyone's already done. Like, I feel very behind. Anywho, what else have I watched? I watched Dash and Lily. I didn't think it was maybe the best show ever, but it was cute. It was heartwarming. Good holiday show, great shots of New York. It felt pretty rushed at the end, and the kissing scenes were so cringy. Like, I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but the kissing, they had no chemistry at all. Oh my gosh. But anyway, it was very cute, cinematic, well done. But yeah, the kissing was just, I can't unsee that. I guess I haven't watched very much good TV recently. Can you guys recommend something I should binge? Please comment down below something that we should all binge, because somehow I just like haven't watched any TV. Next question, Jess asks, were you nervous to start therapy? Yes, I was very nervous. I worry a lot about what other people think of me when I say things. Like, I don't think I've ever said a single thing without even subconsciously wondering what the person could be thinking about what I'm saying. I'm very empathetic to a fault. I care a lot about what other people think to a fault, and it backfires. And so with the therapy thing, I really had a hard time disconnecting myself from caring what the therapist thought of me. Like, I could hear her judgments of me as I was speaking, but it wasn't even because she was judging me. It was just like I thought she was, or I don't know. I didn't want her to think any less of me, this random stranger with a PhD that was like trying to help me. Like, it was hard for me to share the whole truth of everything because I didn't want to disappoint this random stranger that I had just met. And that says a lot about me. It says a lot about what I care about. I care about making everyone feel happy and comfortable and proud of me. And that was hard for me to disconnect from and just tell her the whole truth so she could help me and not just paint a pretty picture for her. I didn't start therapy. I didn't hire her for her to think that I'm a great person and all and tell me that. I hired her to tell me what I need to work on and why I am so upset all the time, and you know, various things. So separating from that made me really nervous because it's very vulnerable, and that made me scared. So next question, have you been wearing nice outfits every day, or are you living the sweatpants life? Well, I am definitely living the sweatpants life. Don't even let this fool you. I got dressed up for this video today because, well, okay, so actually I will say I get dressed up every once in a while because it does make me feel better to put on real clothes and do my makeup, and you know, it's not necessary for every day. Just, you know, of course it's nice letting my skin breathe and things, but it does, when I'm having an off day, make me feel better to doll myself up a little bit. So it's definitely a mix of both, but definitely more sweatpants, more comfy clothes. Like, I'm wearing pajama pants underneath this right now. I'm wearing like polka dotted pajama pants. So if you could time travel to the past or future, which would you choose and why? I mean, I'm gonna let you guys think about this, just knowing me. What you think that I would say, definitely the past. I feel like the future will have way too many technological advances for me to handle, and it's just gonna be confusing. Like, every time that any character has like come from the past to the present, like in any movie, they've always been confused about like basic things like phones, and we think it's like, oh, it's so funny because it's in the TV show and like we know phones very well. But like, that would be me in the future, just like fumbling around with like the new device, and I just don't want that to be my life. So definitely the past, because I would also be the smartest person there because I would know what would happen in the future. I think we definitely romanticize the past a lot. I definitely do. I'm very guilty of that, but I just feel like of the two, I would choose the past over the future, because who knows what happens? Who knows if the world is even like still standing? I feel like climate change is gonna take over. So Silva asks me, do you miss working in the corporate world? Yeah, I do miss it, but not enough to go back, if that makes sense. I do miss the environment of having people to sit next to and talk to about things. And of course, times are different now, and I'm sure doing Zoom meetings isn't all that fun, but I do just miss the community element of it as well. But it also does feel cool contributing to like a larger corporation and being a part of something like that. So Stephanie asks me, how do your bullies react when they see you around your hometown? Well, in normal times, they buy me a lot of shots at the bar. And they, you know, ask me questions like, oh, how have you been? And it's never anything too exciting. It's always a lot of free alcohol, a lot of them pretending to care about my life, or maybe genuinely caring when they never have cared before, and conveniently forgetting all the times they were mean to me, and asking me to get coffee with them and things of that nature, which never actually happens. So that's really what happens when I'm home and I see my bullies from high school. Next question. What self-love practice has changed the game for you in 2020? I think it's been more so a mindset shift. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed in 2020, not everyone deserves my time and my attention. Of course we should be caring and we shouldn't be overly selfish. What I'm trying to say here is we get to decide how much of ourselves we give to someone else, how much or how little. Our attention, our love, our bodies. We don't have to say yes to everything. We don't. We can be very picky with what we give to other people and how much of ourselves we give. And not everyone just deserves all of us right away. They have to earn it. And so that is something that I've learned this year. I don't need to just give when everyone else just takes. So that is what I've learned, and that has really helped me in the self-love department this year. Someone asks, why did you distance yourself from YouTube? It wasn't really, I guess it was kind of intentional. I was gonna say, oh, it wasn't really intentional. Well, it kind of was. I've been kind of bitter about how the platform has changed and how it isn't just easy anymore to connect with people. It's like you need these flashy videos and flashy titles, and it feels like everyone's just so worried about what people are gonna think. That's literally like the bread and butter of my existence, so I can't say that I don't care, but it just feels like everyone's kind of walking on eggshells, and sometimes it just doesn't feel like people are making the content they want to be making. And the empath in me, like just knowing how people are feeling like this, just even from afar and just being on the platform, makes me not really want to be a part of it. And that's bad, because I should be here showing that it's okay to make the content you want to make. And I haven't posted consistently on YouTube since like my early college days, and that is a big reason why. I do feel like there are certain creators out there that are pushing for things to return to how they were in 2010 and 2011, when people were super raw and just sitting down and spilling out their hearts and not worrying about the relentless criticism that they would get. Times have definitely changed, and I think I've just been bitter about that. Just trying to get back in the swing of things. Making YouTube videos and like connecting with you guys through YouTube has been one of my favorite things I've ever done in my life, so I definitely don't want to give up on that yet. So here I am back doing that. Next question, have you ever been in love? No, I have not. As of whatever today is, December 3rd, December 2nd, 2020, no, I have not been in love. 25 years on this planet. Hasn't happened yet, but I'm also very picky, as you know. I'm very picky, and especially this year, I'm being picky with who I spend my time with. We'll see what happens in the next 25 years. This question, I actually cheated and did a little bit of prep. I really had to think about this because it's a huge loaded question. Top 3 Taylor Swift songs. And this I really struggled with because of the like over 300 songs she's made. I feel like it's been over 300 now. I really struggled with picking just 3. You know, I wish I could do 3 per album. That would be really nice, but life is not easy. Life is hard. So I have to pick 3 Taylor Swift songs overall. So I picked 3 that are my favorites of all time. I picked 2 older ones and 1 from her new album. And then I have some honorable mentions. So top 3, All Too Well, Holy Ground. So number 1, All Too Well, best song ever. Holy Ground, just my go-to, like if I need a Taylor Swift song and I want to get in a good mood, Holy Ground. 3, Invisible String. I love Invisible String. I love the concept of it and I love how it sounds. So some honorable mentions. We have Love Story, which, best song ever. Don't Blame Me, Death by a Thousand Cuts, Fearless, and this one's kind of a sleeper, You Are in Love. You Are in Love. That one I feel like not many people ever consider one of their favorites, but it is a go-to for me as well when I'm like in my feels and I'm just walking through, like when I was like walking in New York, like on like a cold, brisk fall day, I put that song on and be like so in my feels. It's definitely a good song for like when you're staring out the window of a train and you're like, feel like you're in a movie or something. Great song. So those are my top Taylor Swift songs. There will be definitely people that will disagree with me with this list, but you know what? It's fine. Yeah, that was my Q&A, guys. I feel like I answered enough questions. I never know. I never know until I'm editing, and then I'm like, ooh, I probably should have answered more or less. But alas, this is day 3 of Vlogmas. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay tuned for another brand new video tomorrow. I can't believe I'm saying that. I always like end with an elusive, like, I'll see you when I see you, because I'm like, I'm gonna peace out for like another 2 months. You guys will see my bright shining face tomorrow without any makeup on, so I won't be as cute. But anyway, I will see you guys all in tomorrow's video.